Okay.
Hello, I'm singer A, and I'll be singing Bella Siccome un Angelo from Don Pasquale by Donizetti. Sorry. Bella siccome un angelo in terra pellegrino, fresca siccome il giglio che s'apre sul mattino, occhio che parla e ride, sguardo che conquide, chioma che vince l'ebano, sorriso incantator, sorriso incantator. Alma innocente ingenua che se medesima ignora, modestia impareggiabile, bontà che vi innamora, ai miseri pietosa, gentil, dolce, amorosa, il cielo ha fatta nascere per fa beato un cor, beato un cor. Il cielo ha fatta nascere per fa beato un cor, per fa beato un cor. Il cielo ha fatta nascere per fa beato, beato, per fa beato un cor.
Fine, fine, fine. Thank you very much. All right. So, we're going to get to that cadenza.
Yeah.
We will, but I don't want to start there.
Okay.
I do want to ask you before I start imposing what I feel about certain things. How do you feel about your performance, and is there anything that you would like to improve? What did you like?
Well, I like that I kept on the track. I know that's really a weird thing to say, but I mean, I think I did a lot of good things. I think there's a lot of phrasing that was happening. I still think there's some more I can do, but I feel like I did some nice phrasing.
Okay.
I liked a lot of my glissandos and portamentos, and I thought I did pretty well.
Good, good, good. Is there anything that you would like to improve?
There's a couple things. There's one thing I meant to talk to you about too, but I definitely want to like perform this more, and I wrote all the text below it just so I know exactly what I'm saying when I'm saying it. But
Right.
I mean, like I noticed that every time I get this, and I did this without really knowing, but occhio che parla rida, whatever. I'm like every time my eyes kind of like brighten up there, and I really like that. I think I want to do more of those kind of things throughout the piece. So really kind of making it my own.
Exactly.
As a performer.
Yes.
In that sort, in that sense.
One thing that'll help that, first of all, is when we get the music out of the way, and we'll get the music out of the way in a moment, so that you'll just be free and open in order to interpret. And another thing that can help that is making sure that you see Don Pasquale, because you know that that's who you're talking to. Who are you, by the way, in this?
I'm Dr.
Dr.
Malatesta.
Malatesta.
Testa.
So you're Dr. Malatesta in this particular piece, and you're trying to just talk to me about what you're doing.
I am convincing Don Pasquale. I'm just saying, this is my sister, and I'm pretty much selling her and like saying that she's awesome and saying how great she is and how she's perfect for him. Like, I can find you a girl, but he doesn't know that that's my sister. I'm just saying. you know.
And that's the point. So he doesn't know that it's your sister, and you're just told it. He came to you and he said, "Doctor, I need a woman. I need you to fix me up. That'll make me feel better."
Right.
And it's up to you now to describe this imaginary woman that you have no clue who it is yet, but you're gonna eventually find, say, "I'm gonna go and get my sister and try to, fix this old man up or whatever."
Right.
But at the point, at this particular point, you're selling, like you said, I like that word. You're selling all of these things about this woman so that it can make him feel better per se. So you have to find that way to try to be conniving yet enticing enough to get that particular sentiment out to him. So with your eyes, with your gestures, you don't have to do a lot now. A person that is confident doesn't have to do a lot.
Right.
But in this particular moment, is he really necessarily confident? He could be.
He could be, but I think he's, for lack of a better phrase, he's kind of BSing some things too. He's just like, I'm just pulling stuff out.
And you can put all of that on in your face and on your face and wear that.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna be fine as as far as that's concerned.
Okay.
Let's get back to the music.
Yes.
Why not start with the second verse? How about that? Thing I was going to do.
Okay.
Once again, peaks, valleys. If you're going to hold the pitch, don't let it be held just for the sake of being held. Or he can hold a long note, or he can really sing a long phrase. That's wonderful. But can you do something within that phrase? What's the purpose of holding that long note?
Yeah.
Without me singing it for you, let's see what you can find. Okay.
Okay. I'm saying her soul is so innocent and it's ingenuous, and it just ignores itself or something like that.
And what does K mean?
That.
So her soul is innocent and ingenuous that this can happen, or that this is, okay? So, Alamino chain genua, can't say, like you just
okay. Yeah,
let's see what you got.
Alright.
Searching, and then all of a sudden, let's do it again. Now this time, that was the extreme. Let's reel that in just a tad bit.
Yeah.
But no, keep that sentiment.
Yeah.
Last time.
Excuse me.
I know you don't want to do it, but we're gonna do it.
Okay.
Let's start at the bon ta, and you have to make sure that the breath that you take before the bon ta is a very carefully orchestrated breath, and so that it sits really low.
Okay.
That it's very calm, and it allows you to get to the end of the phrase. The end of the phrase is not the high note. We all go dee 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 dee, and we're like, oh, we made it. Or we think we come from the high note down to the bottom note, and we think, okay, we made it. Yeah, it's over. It's not over until you finish with mora, and you still have to sing through that even.
Right.
Okay. Modestia impareggiabile. This time, can we do something? I want you to sing phrase by phrase. So you're gonna say modestia impareggiabile. Relax.
Okay.
And then take a nice breath, and then you give me one time.
Okay.
Talk to me about that. How did it feel?
It was a lot better. It felt a lot more grounded. I finished that phrase without any trouble.
Okay. Now, all we have to do is just put that into context of the tempo. Now, The only funny thing about that is this piece, the way Donizetti said it, is you have these triplets, and that's what he's famous for. That's one of the many things that he's famous for. Is you ba 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 ba. He does it a lot in his pieces. So with that, you can't get so bogged down into the music, and you have that feeling in your body. You have to float above that. The musical accompaniment is just that. It's the accompaniment that's going to set the feeling for the piece. The audience might feel that, but you have to just ride like you're on a sailboat, just floating through the water. And that also goes back to the very beginning of the piece. That was going to be my comment about how you approach the pieces. Instead of Alma innocente, alma innocente ingenua, always floating, always floating. Now, so when we get back here, Mortesia impareggiabile, bontà, it's a very calm breath. Imagine that you're always singing in slow motion.
Okay.
Cool. Take it from Alma.
Alma innocente ingenua, che se medesima ignora, modestia impareggiabile, bontà che vi innamora, ai miseri pietà.
So that's basically what we want to accomplish with that, and make sure that we're on the correct pitch when we come back at.
Yeah, I was a little sharp there.
Yeah. So basically just keep the vowel tall. I, not I, but I, and that'll help to put it right back into the pitch.
Great.
Let's get to that cadenza.
Great.
Do you have your copy? Do you need your copy?
I don't. Il cielo ha fatta nascere per fabeato.
Have that one more time for me.
Okay.
Because I was playing something that was not on the page. Let's do that one more time.
All right. Il cielo ha fatta.
Good. What does that mean? Il cielo l'ha fatta.
It means like heaven made, yeah. Heaven made her heart, or her be born, to make a heartbeat, or, yeah.
Yeah, so heaven made
She was
her.
heaven made, yeah.
She was heaven made, basically, okay? And so with that being said, how do you think that should be sung?
Very sweetly.
Very sweetly, in a dolce manner. So you just got done with this big per farmi ancora. Il cielo. Bring it back down here.
Okay.
Bring her back. That everything that you did from up there, bring it back down from heaven to earth, because she was born from heaven to be born to. She was made for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's basically what you're saying. She was born from heaven to be made for you. So I want it to start lean and then to grow.
Okay.
Right into the phrase. Okay? Go for it. Put a little ooh inside of your il.
Okay. Il cielo ha fatta nascere per fabeato. Sorry, I've always messed up with that. One more time.
Good. Guess what? You got the right notes, you got the right rhythms and all that, but you didn't own it.
I know.
Or let's go for owning it. Let's
Okay.
go towards owning it. Okay?
Yeah.
Whatever that means to you, and
Okay.
then we'll talk about physically what you do to own that
Okay.
cadenza. So one more time and make sure you're looking at it.
Sorry, I'm rushing through it. All right.
Well, here's how we're
Sounds
gonna.
weird.
So let's work it out this way.
Okay.
We'll do it in chunks.
Okay.
Okay. So, be 1, 2. Breath. Again. Again. Now here's what I believe. The way that we practice is the way that we're going to perform. So even though we're still kind of learning the rhythms and the notes and everything, let's put the feeling that we want within learning this.
Okay.
So I want a very tall ah.
Okay.
The bay is going to be the same thing. It's not going to be spread. So tall bay going into a tall ah, and everything is connected all the way down here to the lower abs waist area. Okay. Give it direction. Good. Now make sure that this note, that note is connected to this note. See how I just came off the body just then? Or does it sound,
Yeah.
hear the sound of
Now I
that?
hear
Yeah. So the motion between ah and ah is very small. Think semitones almost.
Yeah.
That it's not going ah, and so forth.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, keep going.
Now this time go just yeah, just go
Okay.
for it and see what happens. Let's go towards the E for that. Or is it the F? Yeah.
Yeah.
Open up the room. See what happens. And that's fine. We wanted to just get to the F.
Okay.
Talk to me about how that felt, though.
I don't know. It still feels a little
Tight.
tight, maybe. That might be the word. I don't know.
Let's do this. Back up just for a second. Spread your feet, bend the knees, and we're going to fold over halfway.
Okay. This.
Oh, yeah, you might want to stay in a small room. So you want the knees bent.
Okay.
Okay.
Do my arms like this?
That's fine.
Okay.
Now go ahead and take a breath for me and release it. Breathe again and release it. Good. Stand up for a second. Talk to me about when you took the breath in, where did you feel a tad bit of pressure?
Right back here.
In your lower back, yeah? And also, if you think about it, you may have felt a little bit of pressure right in the front. Yeah. Well, that bit of pressure, or that bit of engagement, shall I say, for lack of a better word. So I want you to feel that engagement as you're singing the phrase. So I don't want you to go, let's just say this is it being engaged. Breath, engaged. And all of a sudden, it kind of gets loose. No, keep the body engaged.
Okay.
Kind of fold it.
That's so weird. Alright.
Well, let me show you what I mean.
Okay.
So really spread it. I'm here, and I'm just in a position like this, where I can feel all of that move.
Okay. That's so different.
How so?
I mean, that felt so much more, I don't know, open.
And the reason is because you put the pressure, and I know I shouldn't be using a term like that when we're talking about singing, because sometimes people can construe that as pressure, and I got to be tight. No, it's not that, but you put the pressure or the emphasis of the pressure of the body down low, down below. And that's kind of how I feel about when we're being engaged or singing on the body, is that the lower abs, the thighs, the feet are connected to the floor, toes, heel,
Right.
all of that stuff. All of our energy is being directed from the bottom,
Yeah.
and it's just being rushed outward.
Yeah.
No gripping, no tightening. We're not singing from here. We're using this air to flow through here. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Do it one more time and then we'll try it standing. say rush the air, it doesn't necessarily mean rush the pitches.
Okay.
Just rush the air as in engagement.
Okay.
That's good for me. Okay. Now let's try standing, but I'm going to break it in easy. Why don't you put your hand, watch me, I'm going to put my hand right here. And I'm going to lift one leg. It's a leg of your choice. You can lift the left or the right. And it's going to be about an inch off the ground. My foot is an inch off the ground, and I'm also bending my knee slightly. So in a sense, I'm still folded. Instead of being folded from the top, this time I'm folded from the bottom up.
Got it.
And see if you can feel it. Just breathe and let me know if you can feel that same feeling. So the breath feels low?
Yeah.
Try it. Let me get a little foggy around here. Make sure you own that as well. Okay. Try it one more time. Why don't you switch feet for me? Make sure that the ah continues to move forward.
Okay.
And I'm not necessarily just talking about in the mask. I mean that the airflow is continuously moving forward. I'm starting to get and so forth. It's always engaged. No lifting off the body whatsoever. You got this. New breath, engage. And so forth. Okay. Yeah. Last thing, and I'm gonna be done with this, but everything needs to be intentional. So when we release the breath, we're not releasing it because, oh, I have it marked that I have to breathe right there. All right, so. Or whatever.
Yeah.
You just let the breath that you take after that be a part of the phrase. It's not phrase, breath, phrase.
Okay.
But it's phrase, and I'm so engaged in the new phrase. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
And now, so that we're moving in the right direction, how does that feel?
A lot better.
Yay!
Yeah.